feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you come.
All right, everybody, it's welcome back to that EFIN Sports Show. We got one for you today. There's a football game coming up. I'm not sure if you guys knew about. It's a Super Bowl. It's a pretty big thing, I guess. So a lot of people are looking at it. I know you guys have been looking at it. I'm excited as hell for it. We got a fantastic matchup. The two number ones are actually there the way it's technically supposed to be. Everybody's got a shot, but we actually got what I think are the two best teams in the NFL this year. I mean, you could make arguments, but you can make arguments for other teams, but it's hard to make arguments against these two. But we're going to find out what kind of arguments you guys got. And this is how it's going to go down. 4 rounds is what we're going to do. In each round, one player will have 1 minute or less to give their hot take, bold prediction about the upcoming Super Bowl this Sunday and explain why it will or won't happen, whatever their prediction is or bold take, etc. The other teams will then have 1 minute or less to state why they agree or disagree. I'm going to award points based on your arguments, and at the end, someone's going to have the most points and be crowned the grand champion of bold predictions and hot takes and arguing and things like that. So that's basically it. You guys have already been briefed. We're going to start with a random question, and whoever gets it will decide the order. Tmac, you're just going to answer with Tmac. Fresh, you'll answer with Fresh. Rondo, you'll answer with Rondo. That's how you're going to buzz in. So I will ask the question. If you have the answer, say your name. First person I hear will get to answer the question. Everybody good?
Good.
All right.
Good to go.
Where is the Super Bowl being played this year?
Rondo,
What you got?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Hot Phoenix, Arizona. Holy crap. At least it's not summer. It'd probably be pretty nice. Rondo, you get to decide the order. Who's going first, second, and third?
All right. Well, I'll kick us off.
All right.
We'll go to Tmac second, and then Real Fresh will go last.
There we go. Rondo, you're up first. Tmac, then Fresh. Rondo, what is your hot take for this year's Super Bowl?
All right. So it was a little tough, but seeing what the high-powered offense is and two good, nice quarterbacks, I'm going Travis Kelce will be your Super Bowl MVP. Final stat line of 10 catches, 160 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, the name of the game for the Chiefs on the season has been that it's a different contributor every single day. Obviously, we knew them losing Tyreek Hill, and yet the offense lost no cylinders. You know, Juju came in nice, MVS, Kadarius Toney pickup, Sky Moore not so much, but it's the biggest game and the brightest lights. So Patrick Mahomes is going to go to his money guy. He's going to pepper him all day. And we're going to get that instance where finally a quarterback is not winning this award, and it's going to go to big 8-7. So Travis Kelce is going to have a huge day against a tough Eagles defense. But I think Mahomes and Kelce are obviously going to cement their roles in obviously GOAT status and dynasty status. But yeah, it's going to be the Travis Kelce show this Sunday.
There you go. And under the time, fantastic. T-Mac, you get the first shot to agree or disagree with this prediction. Tell us why. If you got someone else, let us know if you think he's spot on. Let's hear what you got, T-Mac.
I think it's pretty hard to disagree that Travis Kelce is definitely the blanket for Patrick Mahomes. But I find that if Travis Kelce is having a day out like that, then Patrick Mahomes is having a bigger day. So I agree with you, but I definitely disagree that if a guy's having a day like that, then Patrick Mahomes is probably throwing for 3 or 4. It's going to be hard to say that he's not going to win the MVP. But maybe if Travis has got 3 or 4, then you might be leaning more towards him. But I have to disagree and say it'll be going to Patty Mahomes in that case.
There you go. It's a good argument. It's a darn good argument. Fresh, agree or disagree with Kelce being the MVP?
Kelce being the MVP on that take, I would probably disagree, although it's not the craziest thing I ever heard. I more or less agree with the take. I think the take is probably ramped up a little more ambitious than I would, say, but I think it is going to be the Kelce Mahomes show. But Kelsey MVP, no, I'm going to disagree.
There you go. All right. So I also like the pick there with Kelsey being the MVP. You make a lot of sense. I like the stat line as well, because if he's going to have a big day, he's probably going to have a really big day. I do believe in that Philadelphia defense a little bit more, I think. But as Tmac said, when Mahomes and Kelsey want to go, they can go, and there's not much you can do about them. The only thing that I disagreed with your argument and did agree with Tmac on is that if Kelsey's having a big day, that means Mahomes is having a big day, and it doesn't mean Kelsey doesn't deserve it. If Kelsey puts up a stat line like that, he definitely deserves it, but history tells us that they're going to give it to the quarterback anyway. So I'm not saying that Kelsey won't deserve it, but I do agree with T-Mac that they would give it to Mahomes anyway. So T-Mac, congratulations. You're going to get that first point on that one. And that's how it works. First round, everybody's warmed up. T-Mac, you've got the second hot take. Round two, T-Mac, we start with you.
Well, when you said hot take, I wanted to be really outrageous. So, although I think it's going to be high scoring, I reckon defense is going to play a big part in that. So, I'm going to say that Chris Jones is going to come out and have at least 3, possibly 4 sacks for the day. And if he's getting numbers like that, I reckon he's a chance of being MVP, especially maybe a couple of strip sacks leading to some scores for the Chiefs. So, my hot take is that Chris Jones will take out the MVP with a 3 or 4 sack game.
Wow, that is a hot take. And you know what? I'm going to let you guys go first, but I like it. That's what I'm going to say. Fresh, you get a chance to agree or disagree and give us your arguments why or why not.
Sure. I think Jones is a beast. He proved himself last week. 3 to 4. It's kind of like Rondo. I think that the take is good, but it's over ambitious again. I see him in the 1 to 2 range. Again, my take is not so hot, so I'm going to give you both props for coming with the better takes. But it's just maybe I'm in the 1 to 2 range myself. Okay.
Rondo, you get to agree or disagree. Have at it, boss.
Yeah, it's I like the player. I just don't know if the MVP, like 3-4 sacks, obviously a very ambitious. Chris Jones definitely has that ability. I think after you get done with Aaron Donald, Chris Jones is right there in the conversation of who's the next best interior lineman in the league. 3 to 4 is a lot, and why I think he won't get that per se is just because of the mobility of Jalen Hurts. I can see him getting 2. In terms of him getting MVP, if he gets 2, even if he gets 3 or 4, one of them's got to be a fumble, and either he's got to recover or someone on the Chiefs has got to recover it for him to get MVP. But I kind of agree with Fresh. I think 2 is more in the realm of possibility.
There you go. Everybody went under time. Everybody knew exactly where they want to go. T-Mac, I love what you said. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think if he did get 3 or 4, he would definitely be in the running for that MVP. You admit yourself that you wanted to go big, so I definitely understand the number with 3 or 4 there. You may or may not agree with the 1 or 2 being a little more realistic. But like you said, you want to go big, you want to go hot, and I appreciate that. I am going to go ahead and give Rondo and Fresh the points on this one for their arguments to disagree. They pretty much said the same thing, so I'm going to give you guys the same amount of points. So that's tied all the way across the board through round 2. We enter round 3. Fresh, it's your turn to go first. What do you got for us? What's your hot take?
All right, I might have misunderstood the assignment a little bit, but I'm going to hit you guys with what I got. It's not as hot as you guys, but the technical underdog, the Chiefs on this one. Hurts hasn't hit over 160 in the past 2 games for passing yards, while Mahomes was over that in both his games. Even with that ankle, he hit like 3-something through the air. I also throw in my parlay bets, player prop bets here, so maybe this is too much information to disagree with, but I do have my parlay pieces here to read off if you'd like.
Go for it, bud.
All right, so Chiefs money line is obviously just a separate type of bet. I do have a player parlay going on a separate site here. So I'm saying hammer Hurts under 238.5. Hurts under 238.5 seems like easy money. He hasn't even hit 160. Parlay that with Kelsey. There's 2 options with Kelsey. You can either go over 6.5 receptions or over 77 yards. whichever you feel more confident with. I'm cool with either one. You can get Goddard under 47.5. There's no way he's going off in this game.
All right, that's going to be your minute. I do want to get some more of those props from you, but that is going to be your minute. So this is what you're looking at for the argument. We've got Hurts under 268. We've got Kelsey with 6.5 catches on the over and 77 yards on the over. And would it be fair to say that you're going Mahomes over 300? Is that fair, Fresh, or is that not? Is that too much?
I feel that it will, but I'm not locking it in with the public.
Okay, so we won't throw that one in there. Okay, so we're going Hurts under 260, Kelsey on the over at 6.5 and 77. Rondo, agree or disagree, and why?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I agree with all of it. If it's just Hurts passing under 268, I'll go with that because he's probably gonna get about maybe like 50 to 80 on the ground alone. So it's gonna diminish his passing. And Kansas City's very weird on the defensive side of the ball. It's like over the season, their defense, it doesn't necessarily kind of scream shutdown, but they show up in big moments. And obviously kind of going back to Tmac's thing of where if Chris Jones is getting 3 to 4 sacks, obviously Hurts isn't getting the ball out. I mean, I love that Philadelphia Eagles receiver core, but I guess the one disagreement, because you mentioned Dallas Goedert not going over 44, I think he might actually lead the Eagles in receiving just because of the attention Casey's going to have to take to A.J. Brown. But so Hurts under 268, I'm with that. Kelsey over, but I think Goddard is going to smash that 44 yards.
All right, so we're gonna throw Goddard in there because you heard it. That's cool. It's in there. Tmac. So just to recap for you, it's only fair.
47.5, just for the
47.5. Okay, 47.5.
Yeah, he'll get over that.
Okay, so just to make sure you're clear, Tmac, we got Hurts under 268 passing. We got Kelsey over 6.5, over 77 yards, and we got Goddard under 47.5. Agree or disagree?
I'm going to disagree. I think they're going to both QBs are going to have to come out and start slinging it. I know that Jalen's going to be running a hell of a lot. His unders overs is about 55, so I reckon he's probably over that as well. But I know I said it's going to be a defensive strong game, but I reckon both QBs are going to sling it around in the dome. So first off, I reckon Jalen over 260. Might only just be just, but I reckon he'll get over. And I reckon Goddard will be a big part of that as well. So I'll put him in there for the overs. And Travis Kelsey, you can't deny him. He's going to get probably 8 or 9, maybe even 10. So I agree that he's going to have a big day out. Probably towards that 160 that Rondo was saying earlier.
All right. I got to tell you guys, I like most of the takes. The Goddard one, I think, is probably the hardest because he's up or down. He's kind of a boomer bust guy, but I do believe in Goddard. But that's a lot of my fantasy going to because I had definitely had him on my team until he got hurt. And Hurts under 268, man, that is rough. We all want to see more than that, and Rondo makes a great point about the Kansas City defense. They show up when they need to, and with Hurts' legs, I don't know that he's going to have to pass that much, but if Mahomes and Kelsey are doing what they're supposed to be doing, he's going to have to pass. He'll get the run yards too, but he's also going to have to pass. Kelsey, yeah, I think he blows those numbers out of the water. Unless Vegas knows something that about this game plan that nobody else knows. So Goddard and Hurts are the ones that I struggle with the most, but I think Tmac gave the best argument throughout the whole coverage of all 4 bets. So I'm going to give Tmac the full point on that one. I'm going to give you a half point though, Rondo, because I liked your stuff as well. So going into the last round, I said there's going to be 4 rounds. I get the 4th round, and very simple. It won't take up a lot of time. I think I don't have a lot of confidence in it because of what Mahomes and Kelsey can do. But I think Philly is going to win this Super Bowl. Rondo, you're up. Agree or disagree?
I've got to disagree. This is Kansas City's time to shine. Obviously, Brady retiring. This is Mahomes' essentially chance to take over as the face of the league. He's only been a starter 5 years, and this is his 3rd time there. It's essentially a home game for them. They know what it's like to be in there. Ironically enough, whoever wins this game will have more wins in that stadium than the Cardinals. But it's gonna be KC. And the Andy Reid show, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. No one thought they would be here losing Tyreek Hill. The fact that they're there and looking better without him, they're just untouched. Philly, they're a nice team. They're young, but they're young. It's not their time, not yet.
It definitely makes a lot of sense. Tmac, who you got in this one and why?
No, I tend to agree with Rondo there. I think ever since Philly had been to the Super Bowl, they've blown up. They're making their way back. Top to bottom, they're probably a better team, but there's not too many times that an MVP is going into a Super Bowl with a chip on his shoulder that everyone's picking against him. All the money is with Philly. So I think that Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, they're scheming up. They're coming out big. It is their time to shine. So I think the fact that they have a chip on their shoulder, it's Kansas City's to win here.
There you go. Fresh, who you taking and why?
I kind of alluded to it earlier. I'm going with the Chiefs, honestly. Mahomes and Kelce. I don't know if anyone said this on the show here, but they're kind of the Brady Gronk. I don't know. You guys want to come at me? Brady Gronk of this era. Just going back to some of the stats I might have already said, but honestly, I think Hurts is more hurt than he's been letting on. I think he for sure had no touchdowns through the air on the previous game and maybe one this postseason. While Mahomes, hurt as heck, has put up yardage over yardage, so I'm going Chiefs for sure.
Yeah, look, I have to say that I'm going Philly, and I'm sticking with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not flip-flopping on it. I said it before the playoffs started, and I've stuck with it. But after that last game, the way Mahomes played on that ankle, and I know it's not 100%, but it's going to be way better. And I go back to the first question. You have two potential MVPs playing on the same side at the same time. And like Tmac said, with a chip on their shoulder, I mean, this is not a situation that the Eagles were hoping to walk into. You pull an even game, even team, and everybody's giving both teams the same amount of respect, then but they're not giving Kansas City the respect they deserve, and Kansas City's going to come out there fired up, and I don't know, the Eagles are going to have their hands full. I'm sticking with it. The Eagles still pull it out, call it a field goal, whatever you want to call it. I'll stick with my thing, but you guys all make fantastic arguments. I give you all a point, and that means today's winner by half a point is Tmac. Congratulations, Tmac. You are our winner. Hooray! Any Sunday down in Australia, they take it home. Maybe it's the accent. I don't know. Congratulations, Tmac. Tmac, I give you the honor, sir. Any given Sunday, Australia, give us the credentials. Where are people going to find you?
Yeah, on YouTube, find us Any Given Sunday Australia podcast, or Twitter's probably the biggest. That's where you found us. AGS AU podcast at Twitter is probably the best place. Yeah,
Twitter's always a nice place. You can put your link trees in there and just go straight to the link tree and find everything else. I like the Twitter addresses too. They're nice. Rondo, you're up second, bud.
Absolutely. You can catch my show First and 56 at First and 56. Twitter is the easiest place by far, obviously. Our link tree is on there, but iTunes, Spotify, Buzzsprout, Stitcher. We are officially a part of Sideline Sports, so you can find us on their website and their YouTube channel as well. Like I said, myself and my two co-hosts, Marcus Martin and Anthony Gulick. Obviously, we've been running this thing for 3 years now, and we're going to keep grinding and keep moving up.
That's what it's about. It's about the grind. Fresh, where can we find your stuff, bud?
The best place is go to YouTube and search for @The Real Fresh channel. We aim to bring you different stuff every day, different genres. We got sports, we got wrestling, we got gaming, we got all kinds of stuff. So just go to YouTube, The Real Fresh channel. Every show is a playlist, so check it out.
Fantastic. It's actually true. Like, if you've seen his stuff, like, it really is like you don't know what you're going to get every time you go in. Guys, I appreciate all three of you showing up. Appreciate you guys playing today.
That's fair.
Whatever it is, however this one turns out, the one thing I'm absolutely confident on is we're going to have a fantastic Super Bowl. We're going to get a game this year, and I really believe it's going to come down into that fourth quarter, and that's really about all you can ask for. Thanks, guys, for showing up. Thanks for your takes and putting up some knowledge up there. You guys did a great job. I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you guys enjoy the game. I hope you guys do the same. Find us at that EFIN Sports Show, at That EFIN Show. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. Everybody's credentials are down there on the bottom of the screen. Come back and check us out next time. We're always trying to have fun and make sure everybody else is having fun too. All sports all the time at That EFIN Sports Show. You guys take care. You guys take care. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey, guys.
Hey, thanks, man.